Good morning, Facebook fans. It's Jessica here, and today we're actually across the street at Aquatica Orlando to bring you up close to some Commerson's dolphins. So, as you know, we're still celebrating Dolphin Awareness Month. We have 1 week left, and we're super excited to introduce you to these guys. And I have some friends with me, so let me turn this around. All right, so we have Nicole, hello, Megan, and then we'll rotate this way. We also have Carrie. All right, so Nicole, tell us what we have going on with us this morning.
Well, first of all, this morning we're going to show you guys Ross, Pepe, and Juan, our 3 males. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Commerson's dolphins. Hopefully one of them will pop up soon, but we are doing a training session right now. They're taking their time coming over to us. So these are Commerson's dolphins. A lot of people do mistake them for baby killer whales. However, that is not the case. These guys are full grown. Pepe's 23, Ross is 18, and Juan is in his 30s. And they are full grown at around 100 pounds. Juan weighs about exactly 100. Pepe weighs a little bit less, but on average they're about 100 pounds full grown. So like I said, they are Commerson's dolphins. They are black and white like killer whales, but just keep in mind that there are over 30 different species of dolphins, and they come in all different shapes and sizes and all different colors. So black and white is actually a pretty common coloration of the dolphin species. And yes, a killer whale is just a giant dolphin. Now, they come in different patterns as well. So the Commerson's dolphins have what is called disruptive coloration, and basically what this means is when they're swimming, their pattern makes it very hard for predators to see them. It basically disrupts their body image, so it makes predators a little bit have a hard time to see them. So this is Ross, who just popped up. We're going to see if Ross will do some behaviors for us real quick. He's going to wave, hey everybody.
He's like, hey Facebook fans.
Now, one thing I do want to point out is this area right here, which we call their widow's peak. A lot of people want to know how we can identify the Commerson's dolphins. Where the black meets the white, this area right here is what we call the widow peak, and every dolphin has a unique pattern. So Ross has kind of just a completely round widow's peak. As the others pop up, we'll show you theirs, but these are like our fingerprints, so they're each unique. And you can actually identify dolphins by just looking at that pattern. Now, when you work here, you know, as long as we have on a daily basis, they have different, you know, shapes and sizes of their faces, and those are other ways, but the most distinct way is to show that widow's peak. So hopefully Juan and Pepe will come up soon and we'll show you kind of what their patterns look like. That's the easiest way to identify them. Also, a lot of people ask us how we tell males from females apart, and in this species it's really easy because if you would roll them over, they have a little black patch near their genitals. A male will have a nice round kind of teardrop shape, and a female will be more triangular shape. So that's a really easy way to tell a male from a female in this species. So panning out, if you look at Aquatica, so there's different ways that you can actually view the dolphin. So when you come in, you're going to go to our overlook where we have a shallows area. The dolphins will go into the shallows area, so you just kind of see them swimming around. We do have a slide where there's clear acrylic tubes that go through the exhibit. So as you slide down the slides, you can slide beside the dolphins. You can also grab an inner tube on our lazy river called Loggerhead Lane, and during that adventure, you can go basically float by an underwater viewing. We call it the Candy Cane glass, but you can see them at an underwater viewing. And if you want to see the dolphins and not get wet, we do have a regular underwater viewing where you walk up. And this is a really good way to view the dolphins interacting with each other. And sometimes, especially Juan, he does like to interact with people sometimes through that glass. And we will do sessions down there. The dolphins have learned to go to the underwater viewing glass and visit us. And they will do some basic behaviors down there. That's a really fun session to do. So here's Pepe. Let's see if he can come over here. I'm going to send Ross to you. See, Pepe's widow peak is a little bit different Pepe has a very long point. So you need an image of that?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna send him back. I'll take Ross. Let's see if we can get Juan's widow peak. Carrie, see if he'll do a little hand target.
He's camera shy.
He's being camera shy. Ross is like, hey, I'm here. Look at me. Can we do a wave, Ross? Oh, can I have a peck present? This is actually a husbandry behavior that we do. We train them husbandry behaviors, which are anything that helps us take care of them. So peck presents are essential because we can look at their eyes. We can also look in their mouths. We can ask them for their tail flukes, and that's actually how we get voluntary bloods from us. Just like we go to the doctor and we lay out our arm, they'll actually present their flukes to us. And this is huge for this species to actually sit there and allow us to do husbandry behaviors. One, they aren't like bottlenose dolphins. They actually do not like to be touched. They just simply tolerate us touching them. And also, they have very short attention spans, and they don't like to sit still for very long. So when they actually sit for long periods of time and allow us to touch them, that's actually a really huge thing. Like I said, they aren't like bottlenose dolphins. They do have short attention span, but they're also very high energy. Keep in mind that these animals aren't apex predators. They're actually prey items a lot. So they are very skittish by nature. So if I were to like just suddenly move, it would probably scare them. So you do have to work with them a little bit differently than you would, say, the bottlenose dolphin. As you can see, they're kind of coming and going. This is actually pretty normal for this species of dolphin. Like I said, they have short attention span. So when they're here, we work with them, and then it's common for them to kind of take breaks away from us and then return. Our water is in the 60s here. It's nice and chilly. We do get in on a daily basis. We do pool checks, making sure that there's no foreign objects that have fallen in. And we also dive the exhibit. So we have to get in and vacuum and also scrub the rocks and rock work and make sure it's nice and pretty for our guests.
Yes, a lot of cleaning when you're an animal trainer. Let's see if the boys will come back over in a few minutes.
Commerson's dolphins, because they are higher energy and they also live in that cold water, they have to eat at least 10% of their body weight. So these 100-pound dolphins right now are eating 12 pounds of food a day. That is a lot of food. But it is essential for them to get a lot of calories because they do expend a lot of calories in that cold water, also in their fast swimming. You will see that sometimes these dolphins swim upside down. That is completely normal for this species. So different types of food that we feed them herring. This is kind of has a lot of fat and a lot of calories, so this we kind of compare to like eating hamburgers, so high protein. This is capelin. This is high in water content and it's kind of low calories, so we compare it to like eating celery or like watermelon, stuff that has a lot of water content in it. And then also, I don't have any in my bucket because Ross doesn't like it, but we will feed them gelatin. Carrie will show you some gelatin, and that's actually really good way to get the animals some extra hydration. And it's just simply gelatin, like you and I would eat. It just doesn't have the sugar. It's just the plain gelatin. So if we want to get our dolphins a little bit extra water, we can give them that. And it is important for these animals to have a varied diet. I mentioned water content. Dolphins, just like humans, cannot drink salt water. It would actually make them very sick. So they get all of the hydration from the food that they eat. So it's important to have varied diets and whatnot.
So we do have a question for those of you who just joined us on Facebook. They're asking how old Ross, Pepe, and Juan are.
Okay, Juan is in his 30s, and Ross is 18, Pepe's 23, and then we're also going to meet Ringer in a little bit. She's our female, and she's 16 years old. So like I said, they are all adults and all full grown. So what do you think? You guys want to go meet Ringer now?
Yes, I think we'll say goodbye to the boys and go say hi to Ringer. Already. All right, so we're going to take you guys over to see Ringer, like we said. So we were just with the boys, and Ringer's actually hanging out by herself. She's having some girl time. So Carrie's going to join us with Ringer. So we're just going to walk you guys right on over here. The exhibit is a lot bigger than you guys can anticipate, so we're going to get on over to this side and see the sweet girl. All right. Perfect. All right.
We're going to step up and meet Miss Ringer. See if she'll come on over here.
See if she's going to come say hi.
She is our most playful dolphin. She loves to interact with us. She's very interactive with our EEGs or toys that we give her. So let's see if she'll come on and.
Hi, she is.
Ringer.
She's not camera shy.
She is not camera shy. So one of her favorite things to do is to be very social and play. So we'll see if she'll retrieve this toy. It's just a football. She's very good at retrieving and playing with toys. This is one of her favorite things to do.
And so when it comes to the EEDs, you guys were telling me before, so they have all different kinds, and she just is particularly likes for retrieving.
They do, yeah. So we give them different types of toys. They're a lot different than bottlenose dolphins. They definitely don't play with the toys the same way. So you can see that she kind of pushed it to me. That's one way that they'll retrieve. Different types of toys. They might put their mouth around to give it back to us as well. But in between sessions, we'll give bottlenose dolphins a lot of different types of toys, and they'll play with them. They can play with them for 10 minutes or an hour. These guys don't typically play with toys in between sessions. So we do use them during sessions, and it's very enriching for them, but they're a lot different in that sense from bottlenose dolphins.
Yes, they're very unique.
Nicole was talking a little bit about the widow's peak. And if you can see Ringer's widow's peak, or where that white meets the black, you can tell that it looks a lot different than Ross, Pepe, and Juan's. See if she'll show it to you a little bit right there.
Perfect. There.
Awesome. Nice, Ringer. Another thing with Ringer is she loves to move around. She likes to keep moving. She's very energetic. So I'm going to go ahead and send her to Nicole across the pool here. We'll see if she'll go on over to her. We like to keep Ringer moving. Like I said, she's very energetic, very playful. These guys don't have a super long attention span, so sometimes she likes to move around the pool. Good girl. One of my favorite behaviors also to do with her is she does splash. So if you splash at her, she'll splash back at us.
Make sure she splashes you only.
Yeah,
Carrie. The
right.
phone's not
I know, right? Nah, she'll be good. There you go.
Just a little splash.
Not a big splash, just a little one.
There she
Good
is.
girl. And she also enjoys Jello. Give her a piece of Jello. It's that gelatin that Nicole was mentioning earlier.
Perfect.
Very
Well,
good
thank you
girl.
everyone for tuning in for our Facebook Live. We hope you enjoyed seeing our Commerson dolphins. And remember, if you would like to visit these guys, head on over to Aquatica Orlando. So we'll have Carrie who's going to say goodbye. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you. Oh,
Kind of saying goodbye.